I'm Siri Trondara. I was born in Karat, Thailand and moved to the States with my family at age 5. When I was 9 years old, my parents opened up their first of many successful Thai restaurants. Asian cuisine is my comfort food, and I hope to make it yours too. Hi, welcome to Asian Yum Yum. I'm Siri Trondara. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make curried steamed mussels. Now, I always try to use the freshest ingredients as possible, especially when it comes to seafood. So I'm here at Casablanca Fish Market here in Miami, and let's see what they have inside. Wow, look at how fresh this seafood looks. It is bright, it's colorful. That's what you want in seafood. You want just off of the boat, fresh seafood. And talk about fresh, look at this guy over here. Hi Mabel, how you doing? Good, thank you. Good. I am going to be making curried steamed mussels today. What do you have for me?
I have some free tadpole mussels.
Oh, awesome. Let's see. I need about 2 pounds. Ooh la la. Those look amazing. Yummy. Hi, everybody. Today we're going to be making curried mussels and chicken lettuce wraps. Now, curry is a personal favorite of mine. Why? Because it's like chicken soup for my soul. And you know, curry is just such a versatile dish. You could put it as a paste. You could add it to noodles. You could eat it over rice. We just love it. And in fact, it's almost like a rite of passage. I couldn't leave home until I knew how to make a proper Thai curry. First, we're going to put a slice of butter. Okay. Next, we're going to add about 1 onion sliced up. This is just a yellow onion. I love it because it's a mild tasting onion. Now, don't cook it so that it's caramelized. We just want it a little bit soft and translucent. Next, you want to add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. Now, mussels are a great, actually economical dinner choice because mussels could be found for sometimes around $3.99 a pound. So it's a great dish you could have for less than $10, really. Now that my onions are a little bit soft, what I'm going to add now is a little bit of curry paste. Okay, and this is about, since I have about 2 pounds of mussels, I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of curry paste. Yeah. Now here I'm adding red curry, but you could really add any kind of curry paste you want. And you want to just stir this around until it gets really fragrant. Oh, it's so good right now. Just the smell. Oh. Okay, now you want to stir it around until the onions are just covered nicely. Next, I'm going to add some fresh chopped garlic and some fresh grated ginger, and about a teaspoon of each. Okay. Now that we have that going, it smells so fragrant. Oh, cannot wait to eat this. All right, now we're gonna add a little bit of coconut milk. These are gonna add so much flavor to your mussels, it's gonna blow your mind. Now we're gonna let that go to a boil, and then next, all I'm gonna do is add just a little bit of cilantro. And we're not going to even use a knife, we're just going to use our fingers. Next, what I'm doing is I'm adding just a little bit of fish sauce. Fish sauce is an ingredient that's actually very common in Thai cuisine. And if you put your nose to it, it actually has a funky smell. Do not be turned off by it. If you put your nose to it, it smells really, really strong. But that's what gives the saltiness to a lot of Asian cuisine. It is really good, trust me. Now, fish sauce you can get at most Asian markets. However, it's so popular now, and since Asian cuisine is so popular and people want to make it at home, you can find it in most major grocery stores or online. Now that it's just right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it in here, let it simmer with the mussels, and start on my chicken lettuce wraps. This doesn't need to be cooked long at all. About 3-4 minutes, then you're ready to go. I love visiting my family in Thailand because you know what? I wake up every morning to the smells of garlic, chicken, noodles, and my aunt is so funny. She's talking about what she wants to make for lunch during breakfast and talking about what she wants to make for dinner during lunch. And you know what that teaches me? Food makes the world go round. Now we're going to be making chicken lettuce wraps. You are going to love these. First, we're going to make our sauce, and then we're going to set it aside as we brown our chicken. So first, we want to start off with a little bit of soy sauce. And I'm using thin soy sauce, which, as the name implies, is a little thinner than probably what you're used to. So I'm adding about 2 tablespoons here. Next, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of sesame oil. Okay. And then about 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Now, if you don't want to use oyster sauce, there are alternatives. There's something called mushroom sauce, and then there's vegetarian sauce. But oyster sauce is a nice thick sauce, and it just adds a nice depth and dimension to dishes. It's so good. Next, I'm going to add just a smidge of black bean sauce. All of these sauces can be found in any Asian grocery store. However, they're so popular now that you can find them in any major grocery store or online. I'm adding brown sugar because I feel like it adds a little bit more depth to the dishes. Here we go, about 1 tablespoon. Next, we're going to just swirl it all around. That's just perfect. It's just the right amount of salty with a little bit of sweet. It's just perfect. Now I'm adding just a dash of apple cider vinegar just to make it a little zestier. Go. Now that our pan is nice and hot, I'm going to add just a little coconut oil. Now what we're going to do first is add just 1/2 of an onion, sliced thin. Throw it all in there. Swirl it around a bit. And again, we're not going to caramelize this. We're going to just cook it until nice and soft. All right, we're going to get that going. Salt and pepper a little bit. Okay. Give that a little swirl. Asian cooking tends to use a lot of ginger and garlic. Why? Because it's just a perfect match made in heaven. While the onions are cooking, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to peel my ginger, and you want to try to use just soft, small strokes because you don't want to take too much of the skin because ginger is most flavorful closest to the skin. 2 cloves of garlic and 1 teaspoon of grated ginger. What I'm doing now is I'm grating my ginger, and I'm just using about a teaspoon of it, not too much. Next, we're going to add our chicken. And I'm using ground chicken, and this is about 1 pound. You could add a little bit more salt and pepper to the chicken. Okay. So the reason why I'm using ground chicken as opposed to sliced chicken is because when you're eating it, it's just going to be a little easier to eat. They're almost going to be like lettuce tacos. It's going to be awesome. I'm using coconut oil because it's my favorite. It's one of the good fats. Okay. And you see how we're getting a nice little browning going? It is just going to be awesome. Now while that's browning a bit, I'm going to get started on doing some shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms, the stem of it is a little rough. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the stems and then we're going to slice them up. So we're just going to take about 4 or 5 of these and then just cut them so. We're going to slice them a bit. If you want to make a vegetarian version of this dish, you could use seitan or tofu. There we go. You see how my chicken is browning really nicely? Oh, I just cannot wait to eat this. This is going to be outrageous. While you're stirring this around, you could just kind of break up the little chicken with your spatula or ladle, whatever you're using. Next, we're gonna add the shiitake mushrooms. And then we're gonna cook them through. And then while that's going, I'm gonna add my marinade. And swirl that around. This is looking really good. Now to add a little color to this, I'm gonna add a little bit of green onion. Okay. Oh, that is smelling so good. I'm gonna grab some green onions here. Okay. And then I'm just gonna cut off the ends and the top bulb part. Okay. Now we're gonna take our green onions and put it in the pan with the chicken. Oh, this is smelling so good. And this is something so easy, and this is going to replace your taco night at home. Now this is a very popular dish that you'll find in a lot of restaurants. This is such an easy dish to make. You're gonna be making this during the week because it's low calorie, low starch, high flavor. Let's see how this is going. That is just right. Okay. I'm gonna plate it right now. Okay. For my chicken lettuce wraps, I am going to show you my family's secret recipe peanut sauce. Are you ready? First, we start off with a little bit of oil in our pan. We're using coconut oil, and then we're gonna just melt it down a bit. Just use a smidge, just to get the oil nice and hot on the pan. All right. Next, we're gonna be using about 1 tablespoon of curry paste. Now I'm just swirling the curry around to get a little bit of that rawness out. Next, I'm gonna add a little bit of coconut milk. So what we have so far is about 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, 1 tablespoon of curry paste, and then about 2 cups of coconut milk. Now we're gonna add just a little bit of vinegar, white vinegar. And why I'm using white vinegar is just because it's just a nice clean vinegar, and about 2 tablespoons right there. Okay. Next, we're gonna add a little sugar and about 1/4 cup. Now we're gonna use organic peanut butter. I like using the crunchy kind because it adds just a little bit of crunch. This is about 1/2 cup of peanut butter. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna melt down the peanut butter a bit. My skillet is on medium-low. And this is another dish that you can play around with the ingredients. This is literally 5 ingredients. You have sugar, vinegar, coconut milk, peanut butter, and curry paste. So easy. You might find recipes for peanut sauce that have ketchup, tamarind, all sorts of things in it, but this is just super easy, super simple, high flavor. What the vinegar is gonna do is that it's just gonna pop all of those flavors. It's gonna make everything really, really vibrant. Remember these? These are my mussels and they're ready to go. Let's try this. Has a lot of flavor. It's just perfect. Reminds me of home. Now, some people might dip bread in here, or you have some naan. You could also put this over rice or some noodles. Any way you have it, it's just right. Next, I'm gonna try one of my lettuce wraps. Let's dig in. I love food you can touch and get into. I'm going to put a little chicken. And this is finger food. You really just eat this with your hands. Add a little peanut sauce. Family secret. Wrap it up. Oh, it's so good. For the lettuce, you can use just any leaf lettuce. Today I used red leaf lettuce, but you could use Boston, Bibb, whatever you want. Once again, these are 2 examples of dishes that are easy to make, low-cal, gourmet, with an Asian twist. One day at the restaurant, I took the mangoes that we were reserving for dessert and I stuck them in my shirt to make my mom laugh. And she sure did laugh, but I wasn't laughing because the next day I had to go to the hospital for a raging case of contact dermatitis. So the moral of the story is, don't stick fruit down your shirt. Hi, now that we made our mussels and chicken lettuce wraps, it's cocktail time. I'm here with my buddy Kristen.
Hey guys.
And we're gonna show you how to make the spicy rum yum yum. This cocktail is great with these particular dishes, or any dish for that matter, and certainly any celebration. Okay. Kristen, you ready to get started?
You betcha.
Okay, do you like spicy?
All day.
Okay. All right, first we're gonna get started with some ice. Kristen, can you get me some ice here?
Absolutely.
In our little shaker.
Absolutely. Ice cubes are kind of larger than charge.
Okay.
There you are.
Okay. Now, next we're gonna add our passion fruit juice, which is over here.
Absolutely.
Let's see. This is what's called the jigger, and we have about 2 ounces here and 1 ounce here. So, can you pour me some passion fruit?
Absolutely.
Okay. We're gonna put about 4 ounces. Keep going.
Oh, yes ma'am. No wonder you said spicy. Spicy
Okay.
and saucy.
Next, we're gonna add our mango juice. Okay. This. Just about 2 ounces of that. Next, we're gonna add our rum. This cocktail is super easy to make. And it has a lot of flavor, it's sweet, but yet spicy. Now, the rum, we're gonna put 2 ounces, but it depends on...
I'm Irish.
Okay,
so.
okay, maybe 3. There, all right. Now, the rum you could add however you want for how strong you want your cocktail. So now that we put everything in our shaker, we're gonna slice up some jalapenos. We're gonna be putting about 3 slices.
Okay.
And you don't need to muddle them, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna put them in this shaker and all the juices are gonna get swished around, so you don't wanna make everybody crazy, because if you muddle it, it's gonna be too spicy.
Okay, I understand.
Okay? So now that we have all that going on,
Side note.
okay,
Wow, it smells great already.
give me some muscle.
Oh.
Shake it like a girl. Shake it like a girl.
Good? Didn't muddle it too much?
No. Alrighty, we have our drinks here. You see, it's this beautiful color. It's orange, it's sweet. And for our garnish, we're gonna put mandarin oranges and fresh jalapeno.
Beautiful.
That look great. Now we're ready to put our garnish. Ready, Kristen?
Ready to go.
Okay, you wanna help me out here?
You got it.
All right, take an orange,
Okay.
cut that piece in half,
Okay.
and then slice it so that you're gonna put it on the glass.
You got it.
Super.
All right. And I take it we do it with the same on this glass. There we go.
And then we're gonna cut our jalapeno about a 1-inch slice.
Okay, 1-inch slice right here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you got it.
And same thing, cut an edge for the rim.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Wow, first time.
First time's a charm.
Okay, you got it. So let's see if we can get that on there. Maybe not.
Cheers. What do you
Wow, that is really
think?
like.
It's good, right?
I need a towel and some sunscreen. Let's get going.
It's a celebration.